The Lion and the Mouse. In a deep, quiet forest filled with tall, sky-high trees, a king of the jungle, a lion, was resting comfortably under a large tree by a small stream. A gentle breeze blew, the tips of the grass swayed softly, and warm sunlight filtered through the gaps in the branches, hitting the stretched-out body of the lion. His muscles looked calm but were packed with the power of the king of the animals. At the same time, a little mouse with a playful nature was running around chasing dry leaves not far away. It didn't notice at all that the path it was running on was getting closer and closer to the huge body of the lion, and without realizing it, it accidentally climbed onto the lion's body as if it were just a rock, out of playfulness and innocence. Suddenly, the lion felt something climbing on him and woke up instantly. He sprang up and roared loudly through the forest, startled and displeased. The roar was so loud that the birds perched on the trees scattered and flew away everywhere. The lion pounced immediately, and with his powerful claws, the little mouse was pinned under his large paw. It trembled with fear, its eyes wide, filled with tears, and said in a trembling voice, "O great lion, please have mercy and spare my life. I did not intend to offend you. I was just running around without knowing it was your body. If you spare my life, one day I will surely repay your kindness." The lion looked at the tiny mouse under his paw and laughed loudly. "Little mouse, how could you repay me? You are so small. How could you help a king of the jungle like me?" But when he looked at the trembling mouse that showed no sign of trying to escape, the lion's heart softened. "All right, since you didn't intend to, I will let you go as a good deed." He lifted his paw, letting the little mouse run away. The mouse turned back to look again with eyes full of deep gratitude, and then disappeared into the bushes. Many days later the sky was overcast, and strong winds began to blow dark clouds over the forest. The lion was silently hunting for prey, his sharp eyes scanned around for signs of small animals. But he was not as careful as he should have been. In one area of the forest, a hunter had set a trap. Suddenly, as the lion stepped through, a vine that the hunter had modified into a noose tripped his leg. The spring released a strong pull, jerking his body into the air. A thick net wrapped tightly around him. The lion struggled with all his might, roaring loudly throughout the forest. But the more he struggled, the tighter the rope became. A long time passed. The lion's strength began to weaken. His eyes were filled with fear and helplessness. He had never thought that one day he would be in such a state. The same little mouse that had received his mercy was looking for food near that area. When it heard the echoing roar, it immediately recognized the sound. "That's the sound of the lion." Without delay, the mouse quickly ran through the grass, jumped over roots and rocks, heading towards the source of the roar, until it found the large body of the lion trapped in midair. The mouse didn't hesitate. It quickly climbed onto the net and began to bite the ropes one by one, one by one. Although it was tiring and took time, with determination and wholehearted effort, finally the main rope broke, causing the net to come undone. The lion's body fell safely to the ground. Although weak, he looked at the little mouse with changed eyes. I never thought you could actually help me." The mouse smiled slightly and replied, "I was just keeping the promise I made." They both smiled at each other, and the story of friendship between the great and the small became a legend passed down in the forest. Moral of this story: do not look down on those who are inferior to you, because sometimes those we think are worthless may be the ones who help us in times of need. The kindness we show to others may unexpectedly come back to help us. Friendship is not based on size or strength, but on sincerity and honesty.